You guys know what time it is. I mean, it's Sunday night. We on primetime 24/7. You're listening to the All Burgundy and Gold Errrything Commanders pregame show powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM Hopewell, Virginia. On Sunday Night Football, the Commanders are home and ready to take on the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Wally, and I'm joined with my guys, George and Glen. What's going on, fellas?
Nothing much, man. Number 81.
Yeah, it's a big day, man. I'm so happy about that. I am very happy about that, man.
Long overdue.
Long overdue for real. Like
long overdue.
We're talking about, if y'all don't know, I mean, you may be youngins, but Art Monk was one of them. The best receiver when I was growing up, man. That was my favorite. I mean, everybody loved Jerry, obviously, love Jerry. Folks love Jerry Rice, but for me being a homer, it was always 81.
It was always 81.
It was always 81 for me. It was going on.
Somehow it took him 8 years to get in the Hall of Fame, even though he retired as the number one receiver in terms of receptions of all time.
Yeah, wild. It's wild. But yeah, we gotta knock out some of the
Hall of Fame.
We gotta knock out some of the we can talk about that later. We gotta knock out some logistics. We got somebody waiting in the queue that's y'all know super important. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and Go Errrything. Also tweet us at ABG_Errrything. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at ABG_Errrything. Make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Go Errrything YouTube channel. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. Every super chat will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. Our pregame is also being streamed on the Urban Sports Scene X handle as well. All right, here's the rundown. We'll chat with Bowie TV's Commanders reporter, Candi Waller. She'll be joining us live from Northwest Stadium. We'll talk about Jayden Daniels returning to the team. We'll also talk about the Commanders' keys to victories and provide our predictions. And finally we'll select our Commanders fantasy football player for the day. All right. Right, just getting right into it. We got her in the building live from Northwest Stadium, the actual press box. We got Bowie TV's Commanders reporter, Candi Waller. What is going on, Candi?
I think my computer cut off as soon as I was coming on.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
What's good, Candi? How you doing?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're good. We're glad to have you on, Candi. How is the vibe being Art Monk Day?
It's his ceremony. One of his ceremonies is going on right now, but I'm here. So I'm happy to be here. And so it's a lot of people in the Legends Plaza, which is very nice. And then they'll do everything during halftime. So it is indeed a special day for sure.
It is. It definitely is. Well, definitely like I said earlier, like arguably like one of my top 5 favorite Redskin commanders of all time. Like he's one of them. Like he's definitely and George. I think George said it or Glen said it. It's about time. Like it should have been happening. It's about time. But but talking about this game, let's get into it. Before we we always start. Any notable actives, inactives for tonight's game?
I think that because I'm always watching, different position groups. I mean, Brandon Coleman is active again, and I think I tweeted that I saw him out there. He was out there for sure during pregame warmups. Also, think that it is interesting that Ale Cahoe is active and Kane Madrano is not.
Okay.
I do think that is important to note. I just think that's important to note. And I think everybody else is kind of, Noah Igbenogany is a healthy scratch again. And then Trent Scott, George Fant, but they've been inactive before. So,
what about
those notables? And then of course Terry McLaurin and Kosen Yankov are injured.
And what about obviously a guy that was pulled up from the practice squad that a lot of folks want to see, Treylon Burks. He's out. He's active.
Yes.
So I want to get your opinion in terms of this game. Do you think he could be an X factor in this game?
He could be. I mean, he could be. But they're going to need some help. They're going to need some help. For as much as we've always wanted them to run the football, I'm like, well, what are the chances you're gonna start running the football tonight? We are against the number 1 run defense in the league. Great. So they're gonna have to figure something out. Of if they do in fact hold true to that and stop the run, they're gonna have to go somewhere else and to somebody else. So yeah, let's see what happens with Jayden. I've been a little anxious to see him since I've seen him in practice.
Paul got a question for you, Kenny, real quick. He says, did you see 50?
I have not seen 50, but he's here, and Rail has seen him because we just posted from the field. Apparently, he walked in right after I did.
Okay, yeah, I know. I seen the clips. He's going viral, definitely.
Yeah. Don't he have a Redskins jacket on? I was like, well, what's going on? I'm like, I'm tired.
Right, like when did that?
No, seriously, I think he has.
Hey man, 50 gonna be 50.
I just posted a video, so
yeah.
Maybe I'm seeing things.
50 gonna be 50. All right, 50 gonna be 50. Nobody gonna tell him wrong.
He was a fan of this team. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I guess people fan of.
Hey, people start becoming fans, Candi. People start becoming fans.
Yeah, I mean, it's the hope is still there. I think this team being good last year and Jayden Daniels and all the good things is like they're good for business.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
And you just mentioned hope being there. Is this a sense of urgency with this team for tonight's game? Is this almost a time to push the button?
Absolutely. Last week in Kansas City, Zach Ertz made the comment of, after the game, that the clock is ticking. And, in Coach Quinn's press conference on Wednesday, he said, basically in terms of the sense of urgency and all the things they need to be doing, he said, they have no more time not to do that, which means they need to be doing what they're supposed to be doing now. And they are running out of time. They are. Because you can't really, this isn't a, do we all watch the standings? Of course we all do. Mm-hmm. But you want to get in fair and square. And it is, this is definitely a must. I think the rest of the season now hangs in the balance based on, at least for this game and the next 3. But I think they go 1 week at a time. So we're going to deal with this week. And yes, absolutely, they have to do something. And they got to do it now.
George, you got a question for Candi?
Yeah, I'm curious about the offensive line matchup against Seattle's front, because you mentioned how good Seattle is at defending the run. Maybe this is one of those nights where you have to throw to set up the run. But how is this offensive line going to do fare against their pass rush if we have to throw it a lot tonight?
I mean, I think we're all waiting to see. Seattle pretty much has the best defense in the league right now. I mean, their head coach is very impressive. And Bowie TV is familiar with him. Mike McDonald covered him, and he was the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. And so his defense plays like they have a prior defensive coordinator as a head coach, right? And so this isn't a team that we talk a lot about in this market, but from an NFC perspective and an overall league perspective, they are good and they are complete. They play complementary football, and they are very good on the road. And so they are coming off a bye. So I think we'll really have to see, so they'll be fresh. Sometimes I think some of the stats are kind of not in favor of how teams play coming off the bye because they start out slow. But that doesn't mean they don't win the football game, But we'll see. I mean, this will be a really tall task for this offensive line when you're dealing with dealing with an injury of some sort, Laramie Tunsil. Hopefully this is the game, first home game this season for Sam Cosmi because he came back, in Dallas and then in Kansas City. Hopefully you'll see some of the, air quote kinks with he and Josh Connolly be worked out, right? They're going to have to be stout, and Jayden is back. So, it's going to be tough. This is going to be a very tough game, and it could potentially be a tough game to watch. I'm just being honest. I'm never going to keep it. Like, I'm never like, yeah, we're going to, hold on. This is one that's going to either say that you bowed it this year or you're not. And because this team doesn't really want to talk about the injuries, and rightfully so, right? They're gonna even if they're gonna have to play very, very well in order to even try to beat this Seahawks team.
Mike got a question for you. He says, Candi, since Burke is playing, will Moore play too? Chris Moore?
I mean, he's not inactive, so we'll see how they get used.
Yeah, I don't think that's hurting Chris Moore's burn. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
No, I mean people are still dealing with an injury too, guys. So
yeah,
they need bodies, and they need people to be acting like they're the number one. Like seriously, like this isn't. It's all hands on deck.
It is. Will's got a question. Will says, "How is the energy with the Commanders today?"
Hey, listen, the energy is always the same. It's always great. I mean, it's always the same. One thing I will say, and at least right now, and then last week and all the things, it's always the same. They're always the same. So we'll see when they get on the field. That's gonna be the answer.
Yeah, I think there's something from what happened last week. I know people are like, it has a nasty taste in their mouths with what happened in Chiefs game in terms of like not taking advantage of turnovers. But there's some positives out of that they can carry over to tonight. You know what I mean? If they play clean football, right?
Yeah, the execution has to be there. I mean, you think about things that haven't happened. I mean, there's definitely been some moments where we've all maybe questioned, play calls, but there's been I say what came first, the chicken or the egg. Sometimes it's hard to judge play calling and scheme when the execution is not there.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is a game that they could do everything right and still lose because Seattle's that good. So, it's time out and game over for like thinking you can recover from turnovers.
True.
They're gonna have to really protect. Here's what I want to say. You remember last year there was certain things that this team did, and from an energy perspective, you saw them do certain things.
Yeah.
And you saw things from an in-game perspective of like controlling the time of possession. Remember, the ball is life, so you didn't see turnovers, all the anybody, anywhere, anytime. So you saw the aggression, you saw them getting to the spot that they needed to be and making the play, making the tackle, and they're gonna have to do that. And we just have not seen this team do that. And we have not seen them play a complete game of complementary football. Is it going to still suck if they were to lose and they do all those things? Absolutely. But you at least know it's still there. And it's still in there for 60 minutes. This game is going to have to look very similar to the divisional round game with Detroit.
Hey, Candi, how can this team play a full complementary game when they have so many? And I know people don't want to use excuses about injuries, right? But some of these injuries are key injuries that make a difference to this team. You got a Jayden Daniels who's coming back for the first time, and we don't know if he's not. I'm gonna put it this way: he's not 100%. I'm gonna put it. Correct. He's not 100%. So you got these guys coming back, and so this team has to play to the best ability. And like you said last year, if we honest, me and George had a discussion yesterday on the show. The ball bounced Washington's way last year.
All the time.
What's happening this year that is not bouncing the way that the Washington Commanders needed to bounce?
I think they're just not maximizing their opportunities. That's what I think. And we saw that on full display on Monday. You saw a defense that was hitting on all cylinders the first half, let up off the gas in the second half, and you saw offense that couldn't score. So tonight is not a night like this. Like, honestly, in my opinion, yes, the defense absolutely needs to play well, but Jayden needs to be 5.
I agree.
And
I agree with that.
as you just said, Glenn, that's gonna be hard because he's not 100%.
100%.
He's not 100%, and so. Glow, all the things is you know what I mean? It's these guys, it looks different. It looks different, even from an execution standpoint, and they have to be able to execute. There's times when I know for a fact that Jayden would take over the game. He would say what he was comfortable with from a play calling perspective and all those things. He needs to do that, and they need to be able to execute. You're out of time to talk about injuries. You just got to do your best with who you have. That was last week. That was some of my question to Cliff Kingsbury about time on task. At this point, it's just you got to go with who you got, and it needs to look really similar to the Detroit game. How do you beat the Seahawks? Keep them off the field. You said this last week about the Kansas City Chiefs. Keep them off the field. They did such a good job at controlling the time of possession last year, but that comes with being efficient and effective on offense. They have to take care of the football.
Yes.
Keep the defense off the field. Commanders defense, right? And so they got to run that scoreboard up. I mean, we haven't really seen a high-scoring game at all since the Raiders game.
Yeah, they haven't been that offense. They haven't been that offense this season.
Exactly.
They haven't been that offense this season.
Haven't been that. They just haven't been that. And going down 3 wide receivers at a time. And listen, the pass rush is hurting everybody. It's hurting. You literally lost Dedrick Wise, then Javonte Jean-Baptiste, then Dorrance Armstrong. You're down 3. 3 people in your pass rush.
Now, Candi, and you mentioned that we talked about this last night as well. They're down 3 people with the pass rush, but isn't that on the coaches? Isn't that on the coaching staff because they didn't develop anybody else behind those guys? And if so, who is the next guy up that they could develop?
I mean, 3 is a lot. 3 is a big number, right? So they already dipped into their depth in that category. But you've seen Jacob Martin have an impact. I've shared with you all from the summer. We saw Frankie Louvu working with the defensive ends quite a bit. So you're going to see him more than likely down at the line a lot. But that's 5 other people. And those other 2 weren't here to do that. But they're going to have to. And even though Von Miller was somebody who was supposed to only come in like every once in a while, third down, series guy, you might have to get him on there. Look, they even saw who they switched Johnny to defensive end. Johnny at defensive end. They've had a lot of movement for that pass rush, and it's tight. It's tight because then you have people playing positions that they weren't brought in to do, but they can do it. The challenge is, can you do it for 60 minutes and not just a series here and there? It's the consistency of getting the pressure on the quarterback. It's the consistency of winning in the trenches at the line of scrimmage that we aren't seeing. Because even going back to last week, Jacob Martin had some incredible plays, but in the first half. So, can you put it together for a whole 60 minutes? It's just not, the defense hasn't been able to pull it together for a whole 60 minutes, and the offense hasn't been able to move the football and the touchdowns, and that's a problem.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, everything's out of whack, but this is an opportunity, hopefully, for this team to get right. So, with all that said, Candi, you use your clues all the time. What are your clues tonight?
They should. My clues are the mentality they had on Monday Night Football is what they need to have, because that was who they were last year, right? Being aggressive, going for it on 4th down. That's what Coach Quinn told me last week when I asked. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it again. The divisional round Detroit game. It has to look like that. That means turnovers. Offensively and defensively. That's what it's got to look like. Exactly. That's what you get your quarterback, get 5 the ball back, and score touchdowns. Run the numbers up. You're gonna have to. You're gonna really have to. And let me say this: what's flying under the radar for me is some of these muffed returns, especially and some of these penalties that happen on special teams. Definitely, starting field position will be key.
No,
against a defense that good, you need that. Against a defense that good, you're going to need some short fields.
You're going to need a short field.
I agree.
Need a short field.
No,
and you're just going to have you go for it on fourth down, be who you are, be aggressive. They did play a penalty-free half last week. Everybody forget. There were things that were like, that was good. That was good. That's what they need to do. Penalty free. When have we ever said that about this team? Never, So back to that. And because Mike McLaurin on the Seattle Seahawks going to make you pay for it. And it's not necessarily because Sam Darnold is so amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's team complete. And they're beating teams in the trenches and on the ground and in the air. Good Lord. Don't get the ball to JSN. Just don't let him get it over there. Because he's arguably probably the number one receiver in the league right now.
Oh no, he is. Like he is. He's him right now. He's him right now.
He's him right now.
Yeah, he's him right now. That's like
with a capital H-I-M.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think they gotta try to put the game on. They gotta make this team one dimensional, one way or the other. That's how I look at it. They got to be
ready to adjust. What happened to them? I mean, even though I asked the question to Coach Witt last week about did Kansas City do anything different in the second half versus first half, he's like, okay, the quarterback is really good. We had some penalties and all that good stuff. True, absolutely true. But I think I'm gonna still say, and I hear him in his answer. Let me be clear, but I still feel like Kansas City turned it up. They turned into another dimension. And that's what Jayden will have to do. Jayden's gonna have to turn it into another dimension. Last year, this team had the juice, but JD5 had the juice. So they gotta find that magic back, and the magic is in 5. It is what it is.
I mean, we all know what he brings to the table, man. They got to get that dude back.
They got to get that dude back.
They got to get that
dude back. Nobody. I mean, and this is of no fault of his because we know he's dealing with an injury, but we all seen it. Yeah. And so that's what they need.
That excitement.
Relentless. This is another primetime opportunity, right? So they've done it. Chicago, maybe they had some other primetime. I don't even remember.
They got a lot. All the games. All the games.
So it's like they've done Chicago. You see how that ended. You saw last week Kansas City. Now tonight they gotta roll with it.
Yeah. And then Cliff.
I want to comment to this because I want to be very clear on something.
Yeah, go ahead.
If Jayden wants to change something, he can. And I'm gonna leave that there. And I'm not talking about coaching change. If he sees a play that he wants to roll with, he can. He has the autonomy to do that. The challenge then becomes when he's out there, well, who called that play? Was it Jayden or was it Cliff? You don't know, and they're not going to throw people under the bus. So let's be clear. He can absolutely do something, and he does. The challenge is who called what. So when you hear me asking questions about collaborative decision-making and all those things, it's because I'm trying to figure out who did which play. And that's just me being transparent.
You keep it being.
That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he does. Jayden, and Cliff always says they don't do anything Jayden's not comfortable with and that he doesn't want to do.
All right, well, actually, I'm pretty much tapped out. Y'all got anything y'all want to ask Candi? Because I want to hold Candi up. Go ahead, George.
I got one other thing because you talked about it's got to be like the Detroit game. Unfortunately, we don't have the 5 that we had. Right now we don't have the 5 that we had in the Detroit game. So my question is, are we going to use more of the talent? Are we going to see maybe more of the running backs catching the ball? Are we going to see more than just Zach Ertz in the pattern as a tight end? Because that's been my frustration with Cliff, that I don't think he's maximized the talent he's had at disposal and used it all. Everybody's going to have to pitch in to help Jayden pull this off tonight.
This is a game. This is so interesting because I'm like the last 3 weeks, if you were going to run the ball and actually like be really great, you should have did it the last 3 weeks. Like tonight ain't the night, but tonight ain't the night to do that. Okay, you should have did it the last 3 weeks. It maybe would have turned out a different way, but they're gone. Those 3 weeks are gone.
Can't get them back.
Can't get them back. So, to that point, George, I think there's 2 things that need to happen. Okay, you can still run the football and make them stop it. But this was always a game that I said the creativity that we would see from the offensive staff at times, this was the night to be creative. This was the night to be creative. Use all 3 of your running backs. You use them in space. What everybody is good at, what their superpowers are. You've heard Coach Quinn talk about their superpowers. Tonight is your superpower night, and they need to turn it up. This was the night that I said, don't do. Have you ever heard of the It's called a model called KISS, KISS.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid. So the other weeks were KISS nights.
Yeah, they were.
It's on your creativity. This is where you have to be the mad scientist within reason.
Within reason. I like that. I like the way.
You gotta be the mad scientist because some of your plays at this point, I know the difference between whether it was Cliff or Jayden or whoever's over there. I'd be like, oh yeah, I know where that came from. I can tell, and if I can tell, it's probably an issue because if I can tell, they can tell. So it needs to be creative.
So Candi, when you get creative like that though, and you do that, sometimes that shows a sign of a team that is desperate, a team that's throwing stuff to the wall. So, but so this is a desperate team tonight.
Yes, absolutely. And they play.
They 3 and 5. They better be desperate. They better be desperate.
No. What I said, I understand that, but here it is. What I'm saying is, we talked about it yesterday. And guys in the chat talked about it yesterday. Cliff, is Cliff willing to pull that trigger and be that desperate so they can get the W, or he's going to be conservative, like he has?
I would hope after the offense scoring only 7 points last week, he is.
He know what time it is. He know what time.
I would hope. I would hope.
Know what time it is.
Because let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep saying. Marshawn Lattimore and Bobby Wagner got you the football back last week. Now, it was 2 people that this fan base has been trolling and just badgering. It's those 2 men, and they got you the football back last week, and all you scored was 7, and you didn't even score anything on those 2 turnovers.
That is correct.
Okay, so what that tells me is that by the half, you should have had 21-7.
Agreed.
Okay, and you didn't do that. When I feel complimentary football and collaborative decision making, and they getting you the football back, that means it's on you to run the numbers up.
No lies told.
Period. So you didn't do that. So whatever happened with the defense last week, and Joey, maybe it happened this week with Cliff. You got to run the numbers out. You just have to. And you got to get out of your own way. Remember last year? Do y'all remember there were moments last year where they would talk about who drew up certain plays and who called plays or who went over to the sideline, and Jayden was able to say what he saw, or Terry could say what he saw. We know Terry's not here, but just hear me out on this. There were times in pressers where they said, well, Cliff would say, oh shit, I messed up the play call. Jayden had it. They got to get back to that kind of collaboration. You would hear them talk about something that Coach Brian Johnson, remember Coach Brian Johnson, you guys? He's the assistant head coach. They would say different plays came from different people. And that's why I keep going back to that point of collaborative decision making, because you don't hear it about it anymore.
All right, sorry. I apologize, Candi. Hey, Mama Waller.
Oh, yes. Hey, Mom.
hey, Mama
Waller.
All right, now.
I hope I'm making sense for you guys. It's like everything they were last year, like just the fundamentals of how they operated internally, they got to get back to that. They got to get back to that. It could be little things, but that mean a lot.
No, definitely. Well, Candi, you're a busy lady, and we appreciate you having you on. So before we let you go, how can folks catch your great content for Bowie TV and catch you on social?
Thank you all for having me here. As always, it's always a blast.
You know it.
You all can find me on X at CWall SE. Make sure you're subscribed to Bowie TV on YouTube. Who just lost this game? Because everybody is talking about whatever.
The Raiders just lost. They went for 2 and lost. The Raiders lost.
Geno Smith's pass got batted down at the line.
He was open too, and Lockett was wide open too. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But no, I was just like,
yeah. I mean,
against lost, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost. They lost. That was like a Hail Mary pass. They went.
It's the regular season. The Bills always beat the Chiefs in the regular season.
Yeah, for sure. That's true. Make sure you subscribe to Bowie TV, everybody. You can follow Bowie TV Sports on all platforms. You can follow me, Candi Waller. If you are in Prince George's County, Maryland, and you have not cut your cable, you can find Bowie TV on Comcast channels 190 and 1097.
Hey, Candi, appreciate you as always.
And Wole, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow, right? What's today? Sunday? Tomorrow for the recap show. Right?
Oh yes, that's another show though. You know what I'm saying? That's another show.
I'm sorry.
Don't miss that show because it's a great show.
I'm sorry.
We'll see, Candi. If I got it, we'll see if I can make it. I should be able to make it. I'll let you know though.
Yeah, you should be able to make it. Whatever time, jump in. You might have a lot to talk about, or maybe not.
All right, you already know. You already know, Candi. All right, y'all. See ya. All right, man. The great Candi Waller, man. Awesome. All right, man. Let's get into this game, man. Like I asked Candi this, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of excited that Treylon Burks is that is active for this game, man. Paul in the chat is high on him as well. I know Paul said trade deadline show. We already did our trade deadline show. I mean, like we did our trade deadline show. But an actual trade deadline show. I got you, man. Like a live one. Well, if they make a trade, I'm not gonna do a trade deadline show. They don't do nothing. But I do think I'm excited to see Treylon Burks play. Like Burks, I want to see what he has to offer. We're talking about a guy who was a first round pick. Got the big wide receiver. We don't have that here. Like with that type of physical ability. Now it's also about like actually being productive on the field with it. So and playing with Jayden, probably he'll be the best quarterback he's ever played with. So there's potential there. Like, when all individuals have kind of like been hurt or whatnot and that won't have the opportunity to play tonight, he gets that opportunity. So I'm asking you, George, how excited are you to see if this guy can get that opportunity to kind of showcase his talents?
Treylon Burks is, again, if you're not going to put our rookies out there, I would rather see Treylon Burks than a Chris Moore, as a for instance.
Gotcha.
Because he's younger and there still is potential there. I know he busted in Tennessee, but that's a scenario where a lot of wide receivers wouldn't do well.
Mm-hmm.
A.J. Brown cooked there, but A.J. Brown is up here. So I just, if we're not going to see our young rookie receivers out there with Debo and Ertz or whoever, then I want to see Treylon Burks tonight. I do. I really want to see if he can offer us anything, and if playing with Jayden Daniels might unlock something for him. I do wonder about Debo's health, honestly, and I'm wondering how effective he's going to be, because he certainly wasn't effective last week, and I think he wasn't 100%.
I mean, I've heard word that he looks good, better than he's done in the last couple of weeks. So we'll see if that actually, if it actually comes to fruition. But I heard he's looked better. Well, they don't forget to mention Luke. I mean, I just mentioned him, Luke. I just said his name. There you go. I didn't. I just mentioned his name for you. Glen, your thoughts about like Treylon Burks getting his opportunity tonight, and do you think he can be an X factor?
I mean, it can be. I mean, anybody that Jayden can throw the ball to, who can catch the ball, will be an X factor, right? That's a good point. The thing is, you can't have drops tonight. There's no room for drops, right? There's no room, as people said, there's no room for error. They have to be able to catch the ball, be consistent. Not only be consistent, but be where
I like that.
Be in front of the sticks, right? be in front of the sticks. So any player, Burke, if he comes to contribute, good. If it's Chris Moore tonight, good. If it's for Mike, if it's Luke tonight, good. I don't care. I just want somebody. I just want somebody to catch the football and them to be in front of the sticks. So whoever it is.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, you're right. It just all it don't, and that's Glenn. I'm glad you said that, man. Because I think for a lot of times we just start to root for individuals and not like root for the, the team, like the jersey itself, right? Mm-hmm. Like who make a play?
That's it.
Whoever make a play. Like, look, last year, how negative was I on Jeremy McNichols? Even coming into camp, I was like, every time I'm like, dude, I'm like cheering for the make a play. He's made me a believer this year. Make a play. That's all I care about. Man. Just make a play. I don't care about the name. I don't care about whatever. You making plays, I'm all for it. Make a play.
Make a play.
That's all I care about. All right, so going into like this, I mean, for you all, like I didn't ask Candi this, but what are your keys, for Commanders' victory? What are your keys? Your no, but let me take that back. This is JD5's. Let me take that back. We can go that a little later. We got time. This is JD5's, first game back since the Cowboys game. What is your expectations for him tonight? Like, what do you think we get out of him tonight? Like he's coming back from a hamstring. Y'all know how I feel about folks coming back from a hamstring in a week. I think that's wild. But what should be our real expectations of him tonight against the Seattle Seahawks?
Be honest with you.
Let's start with Glen.
Go ahead, George.
Said that. No, Glen, start. I like the way you said that. To be honest with you, it seems like you're about to get in. You're about to go in.
To be honest with you, as a person, as he come back tonight, you know that he's gonna wear his heart on his sleeve, right? Mm-hmm. He wants to put this team in this city on his back, right? Mm-hmm. He wants to put this team in the city on his back, so he's gonna be responsible and keep the ball in his hand as much as possible. Yeah. He's gonna try to be Superman tonight, and the problem I had with him trying to be Superman, the last good African-American quarterback we had to try to be Superman in a high-profile game in a key situation who came back too early against Seattle. It didn't work out well. And that's what's in the back of my mind, right? That's in the back of my mind with JD5 tonight. Like, is there a situation where lightning strikes twice, right? Hit this team twice with this kid. Because you mentioned hamstring. That's where my mind is. But my mind is also, I got the point in my mind say, you know what? The JD5 factor could kick in tonight because it's Art Monk night. The city's gonna be ramped up. Seattle is coming off a bye. They may be sluggish. Washington's coming off a short week. There's an opportunity for Washington to primetime TV. So it all of this can play one or two ways. Home field advantage, as Mark said. So in my mind tonight, JD5 is going to try to put this team, all in all, he's going to put this team on his back, and this team is going to win or lose because of JD5.
I like that. George, what are your expectations?
Mine are not high because we're not sure if he's got any kind of a running threat, whether it's him running or our running backs running to help him. He's up against a really tough defense that's rested and coming off a bye again. They might be sluggish. Detroit came off a bye today and looked terrible at home. So there's hope there. But Taj, that is such a great comment because you just hit on the thing that for me is the key for Jayden. Is Cliff going to help him? Is Cliff going to protect him a little bit when he needs to? That's the key. We've got to understand that we're coming up against a great defense, a pretty darn good team that's in the hunt to win their division and maybe even in the hunt to win and get a number one seed, given all the craziness that's happening in the NFC today. And we got a guy coming off a hamstring injury. It's what Glen said. If he has to be Superman tonight, something really bad could go wrong here, and we should not ask that of him. As great as he's been for us, and as many times as we've seen him be Superman, tonight is a night where that can't be asked of him because it's not fair to do it. So my expectations are not high. Spoiler alert, I'm picking Seattle when we get to the predictions. It's just my biggest hope is that he plays well and comes out of this thing 100%. Win, lose, or draw. That's what I'm hoping for. But it's going to be tough against this defense.
Yeah, I mean, my expectations is for him to. It's prime time, so I always expect him to play well in prime time. It's just that's just the bar I hold him up to. I think he plays when the lights are at its brightest. I believe that he shows out. Obviously the Bears game with the fumble when it wasn't his best performance in terms of keeping the ball safe, but I thought throwing the football he was dynamic in that Bears game. And then obviously the Packers game wasn't like an ideal game, but I just feel like this season. But I have my expectations for him is to be dynamic this game, especially now when you got doubters. Like there's a lot of doubters now about what this offense can do against Seattle. There are a lot of doubters, and I think this is the type of game where he's gonna. I don't want to put and I don't want it, and I feel like for the whole team though, I think they're all going to step their game up because I don't feel like they need to put everything on his shoulders. I don't feel like that's a fair thing to do for a second-year player trying to show who he is as an elite player or whatever. Like that's a lot to put on a second-year player, regardless. Period. You know what I'm saying? When you say, "Hey, carry my franchise, carry my team," that's like hit with injuries and do everything. That's a lot. As an offensive coordinator, that's irresponsible in my opinion. Like if you put it, that's in my opinion. I feel like you do have to shoulder some of that load and say, you know what, we're gonna run the ball, even though this team is good at stopping the run. We're gonna try to get ourselves in third and short. We're gonna try to get us out of third and long. So we're gonna run the football maybe more than we normally do. We're gonna impose our will, and then we're gonna highlight you too, Jayden. You know what I mean? I'm not putting everything into trying to putting everything on Jayden to save us from a game. You know, I will ask Jayden to make a couple of wild splash plays. Yeah, that's what he can do. That's what he do. So I feel like that is something that you can kind of. I wouldn't say the whole game get us out of this situation because at the end of the day, to be real with you, and I've said this before, like teams have adjusted. We are not getting Jayden's boot long 30, 40, 50-yard runs anymore. That is something. Like they've taken that away. Defenses have taken that away. That used to help us out. That helped our offense out. We saw a lot of Jayden breaking 50-yard runs last season. Like, we saw a lot of that. We haven't seen any of that. Even when he was healthy, we ain't seen any of that. So defenses are more in tune to him as a runner now. So it's all about Cliff helping Jayden counter that. And Jayden countering that too. But I have my expectation is Jayden to play well. I really do. I think he's going to play well. And I'm hoping again, but I'm hoping that, and to Taj's point, that they make life easy too by like running the football and getting Jayden back to do like they did last year, when they in third down, get back to third and manageable rather than 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 10, where I'm not comfortable on that down period. We got Mike. What Mike say? George Washington wins tonight. I will swim in one of Florida's alligator. Man, stop, chill out, man. Alligator.
Don't say that, Mike. No, we don't want you doing that.
Chill, man.
We do not want you doing that.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. If you're gonna put it out there on social media, Mike, if they win tonight, you better go jumping. Go put your speedo on and go jump.
Hey! Don't do that to my man, Mike. Mike, I want you to live, man. I want you to be on here for another pregame, postgame, man.
Yeah, we don't need you to get beat up by a dead gum.
Hey, DC
do not need you to get beat up by a dead gum.
5 is the reason Cliff will get a head coach job. Yeah, definitely. I think he will get the reason he gets a head coach job.
Hey,
go ahead.
I want to get this. I want to touch this one here. Question for the panel: why do you think Cliff would do anything different tonight? One is 5 as the quarterback and not Marcus Mariota. What we saw the other night, it was Marcus Mariota. 5 will be at quarterback tonight. I think that would be the difference maker. I also think tonight is a night for Zach Ertz, to truth be told. 5 likes Zach Ertz, right? He just has to get the ball in front of has to get the ball in front of Zach Ertz and make sure it hits his hands. So I think that's why Cliff is going to call it different tonight. As what Candi said, is desperation, right? Yeah. Everybody in that building is desperate. So I have to believe that he's desperate as well. And
so
he's
definitely desperate.
He's going to call the game differently because he is desperate.
Yeah, especially when you only score 7 points on Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be desperate. Todd has a question too.
He's auditioning for a job. Let's be honest.
That too. No, that's true. Yeah, you're right, Glenn. You're totally right.
Absolutely.
Like these bad outings just mess up your stock every week. It's the truth. You went from being truth be told, you went from being the number one candidate for multiple jobs to not, to be real with you. That's my belief. I think he's hurt his stock. Taj, does the staff take away anything from last week's first half success, especially with Sam not being as dynamic as Patrick? Blitz him. I think so. I think defensively, I think you can take something away from that. And y'all, I'm not like the biggest Joe Witt person in the world, but I do think that I thought last week that first half was great. I don't put last week on Joe Witt personally. I don't. But so I do think you can say, you know what? We went against one of the GOATs in the NFL, period. Even at this age where he's at, he's one of the GOATs at the quarterback position. And we held him to 7 points in the first half. And we did some things in the second half where we kind of hurt ourselves to balloon that lead. So yeah, if I'm him, if I'm Joe Witt, I'm a little confident going into this game. Like I'm saying to myself, Sam Darnold ain't Patrick Mahomes. But also on the flip side is you should never underestimate your talent, your competitor though. That's what I would say.
It's a much better running attack than what the Chiefs
had. No, and
also better receiver squad.
Yeah, you got well, I'll say this: you got the best receiver on, but the best receiver on, period. So I don't know about I won't know about the totality of the receivers, but I will say you got the best receiver. Like I'll say, like the Chiefs got some receivers, like they had Rice, they got Hollywood Brown, they got Worthy, they got talent. But I will say, like to your point, Glenn, when you're saying the one, they got the one. So
right now they
got the one right now. And so
that second struggling.
And again, that too. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think you shouldn't. Like, I know folks are saying Sam Darnold. This, I'm like, yo, I keep saying that, but Sam Darnold's having a good year, and him and Jaxon Smith are having a fantastic They're having a fantastic connection this season. So I don't think we need to just because what you think of Sam Darnold in the past don't mean that's the Sam Darnold that's playing right now in 2025. Actually, truth be told, the last 2 years he's been kind of solid. So
I'm glad you said that. That's what my point.
The last 2 years he's been solid.
I was gonna wait till you got finished. Yeah, but the last 2 years this dude's been playing lights out.
Yeah, he's been solid. So I don't know. I don't get the whole we're playing. I get if you're comparing it to we're playing against Patrick Mahomes. Yes, I get that. But I'm not gonna say I'm not. Yeah, thank you. DC Slim. Yeah, exactly. I feel like he's been a beast. No, real talk. I think we got to stop this. The last 2 years, he's kind of changed he's changing the narrative. He's changing the narrative of who he is as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a great year.
He's doing it away from Kevin O'Connell shows you that Kevin O'Connell figured some things out. He's taking that with him to Seattle.
It's almost it's becoming Baker-like. Changing the narrative.
Yeah.
Changing the narrative who you thought I was. So I'm not gonna come in and say we're playing against Sam Darnold. We're supposed to win this game. Nah, there's a reason why we're the underdogs, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
There's a reason why we're the underdogs. That's all I'm saying. That's what I will say. I'm not coming into this game with this extra cloud of confidence because Sam Darnold's the quarterback. It's not there are other quarterbacks that I would be more confident about. Sam Darnold's not one of them. That I will say. I can go into a situation. Sam Darnold, you know what? Real talk. Sam Darnold's playing better football than freaking Jordan Love.
Yes.
And Jordan Love.
As somebody that watched a lot of Jordan Love today, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, and Jordan Love and Jordan Love fried us.
And watching Jordan Love today, why that Jordan Love didn't show up when we played?
Hey, Glen, man, I was saying the same thing.
Especially against Carolina.
I was saying the same thing.
Where was that Jordan Love at?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, y'all not gonna give me that. We're playing against Sam Darnold stuff, bro. Jordan Love Fridays, man.
Jordan Love was throwing those YOLO balls left and right today.
Yeah, I want to hear that, man. Who their best
Yeah.
receiver out? Their best receiver out. You talking about who best receiver? Seattle? Cooper Kupp ain't their best receiver.
No, Jaxon Smith-Njigba is playing, and that's
he's
going to be a problem.
I think
for
he
us
made me
tonight.
think about ain't Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp ain't playing. Jaxon Smith and Njigba
Who's the best
playing.
receiver in the NFL?
Yeah, in the league, my guy.
Their own team.
There you go. 4,000 yards, 14 wins last year. Exactly.
Right.
We not. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not one of them people, man. Appreciate that, Kid Cowboy. I appreciate that stat. But yeah, I'm not going to diminish Sam Darnold. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I won't do that.
Mm-mm.
I ain't say you did, Paul. I ain't say you did. I know what you're saying. I ain't say you. I'm just saying in general. I know what you're saying. Yours not. Your comment isn't off. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of people that say Sam Darnold and think, oh, and really, yeah, a lot of people look at Sam Darnold and say, oh, we're playing against Sam Darnold. I think they're looking at Cooper Kupp ain't close to this season. I'm talking about 2025. Cooper Kupp ain't close to Jaxon Smith.
Yeah,
ain't even close to right now.
That's not a loss.
And I love Cooper Kupp. I used to pick Cooper Kupp on all of my fantasy squads.
He was on my fantasy team.
Ain't even close to Jaxon Smith and Njigba. Not even in the same region.
Nah, not at all.
Hey, Mike, go look at the stats, bro. Like, hey, yo, look at the targets and everything, man. That man is insane. Watch out for I like Torrey Horton too. Thanks to Paul. Shout out to Paul, man. When we were doing a pre-draft show, Paul gave me Torrey Horton. I checked his film in Colorado State. Dog, and he's a dog in the league too. He's a scary one too to keep an eye on when we if they go deep. He's a big time threat. But yeah, going back to it. So I'm gonna start with you, George. What are your keys for Commanders' victory tonight?
I think it's a lot of the things we've talked about. Stay out of third and long. See if we can get Darnold a little bit of happy feet in that pocket, and maybe he'll make a mistake or two, because he is capable of throwing a few of those passes that you can pick off or fumble or getting some turnovers. And I'm so glad Candi brought it up. But special teams, they are going to need to get back to when they were regularly winning the special teams battle and getting really good field position, because if you have to go 80 yards or 75 yards consistently against this team, against this defense tonight, you're not going to be successful.
Agreed. What about you, Glenn?
Special teams. Got to find a way to win on special teams, right? That means good field position. That means no missed field goals tonight. That means the special teams have to be key. Also, Washington has to find. You had this discussion last week. Washington has to find a running game tonight, right? They have to find a running game tonight. I don't care. I know I usually say don't let it be Jayden Daniels. I don't care who it is tonight, right? Find a running game and keep. And I say that because you want to keep the Seattle offense off the field, right? Yeah. So you got to be able to control the clock and have to win the time possession. And the way that you do that is by running the football. So
go ahead. I want to keep on.
And if they do that, I think they have an opportunity and chance to win. And the other key to tonight is this: they have to cause turnovers and 3 and outs. 3 and outs and turnovers. The Washington Commanders will have a chance to win this game at the end.
I mean, I love the DC Slim, man. I do love this one. He says, this is the best team we played so far this season. I got to really think about that. It might be.
It is. I think so.
I think he's right.
It's the most complete team.
Yeah, it is the most complete team.
Their losses, like Green Bay's losses, are worse than theirs at this point.
Yeah, they got lost 2 games. You're right. You know what? That's a good one. That it is. Are the best team. Yeah. Maybe, yeah. I like that one. That's a really good one. Definitely. We got DC Slim's keys. Don't get out, coach, is the key. I knew you was gonna say that. Todd's keys, the team. OC and DC call a cohesive game. Stop calling plays like they are independent of each other. I agree with that one. Get Jayden going early, keep him on schedule. Agree with that. Defense plays better with the lead. I agree with all of that. We got Mike. Mike's giving us his keys as well. Says keys to a victory. Go to church today. Oh God, for a win.
That's right.
Penalties and
that's right, Mike. Go to church and pray. That's right.
And defense 3 and out. Hey, I love you, Mike, man. You
You're talking to the right audience with that key, because that's exactly right.
You are talking to the right audience. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So Oh, damn, I banned Mike by accident. Why I keep doing that?
Oh, you gotta let Mike back, man.
That other person. You didn't need to do that. He didn't need to do that, Mike. He did not need to do that.
I took care of the other stuff, man.
That's good. Why I'm gonna bring Mike back. Mike, it's an accident. So you get your comments. I'm gonna put you back on. My bad, bro. I gotta actually somebody talk while I try to get Mike back on. I'm kind of mad at that. Go ahead. Somebody talk.
Hey, George.
Indian Lake, Ohio had to bring up Cam Little making a 68-yard field goal because I'm just like, every time I watch these kickers make these long field goals, I'm triggered. I am triggered that we can't have a decent kicker. And so, who the hell was Cam Little before this year? And he's breaking Justin Tucker's records and stuff.
Hey, steroids. Go ahead, steroid
Why
test.
Why can't we find a kicker?
Hey, do they steroid test kickers?
No, they should. They should test all of them. And they should go back to the old kicking ball so that this ludicrous 60-yard stuff don't happen no more.
Yeah, I think they should test kickers, man. But not.
Yeah.
I think Washington tonight has opportunities to I don't want to say shock the world because I expect them to play well, but they need to play well, right? They need to play well. This one win could change the season, or make or break the season for the Washington Commanders. And I think they have to play well. Again, prime time, all eyes on them. They can't do what they did on Monday night. Everybody was talking about, oh, they did a good job. They did a good job. Good jobs don't get you to NFC Championship.
One half they did a good job.
Right, one half they did a good job. So we need you need a complete game tonight from the Washington Commanders. You need to win all facets of this football game. They need to win from special teams to offense to defense, and hopefully the flight from the West Coast to the East Coast has put a toll on the Seattle Seahawks. So, but Washington has to come out full force and play. And Jayden Daniels has to come out and make smart plays, know when to get out of bounds, know when to slide. We already know he's going to take care of the football, but sometimes he's just going to have to let it rip.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Mike, I got you. I saved you. You're out. All right, you back. Y'all for being banned, Mike.
You got Mike out of prison?
I got him out of prison, man. I be getting frustrated. I be like, dang, all these bots be coming. Mike, you back in, bro.
Yeah, well, I got one. One of the bots was off of Candi's page. It was off of Candi's page.
So I know another one is back on. That's why I was like,
I took care of it. We good.
You got this one right here. This UMG.
I already took care of it. I got you.
All right. Yeah, there, Mike. Yeah, there you go. There you, Mike back. There we go. It's all as great as we're. There you go, Mike. When you so far away, I feel like you talking long distance. No,
it is long distance, baby. It's long distance.
All right, let's see. What about Coach? Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. I'm reading Paul's keys. Says keys of victory: execute and play with energy. Short passing game is the key. Like that one too.
Yeah.
I'm coaching. Look, man. Look, I don't need. Look, it is what it is. I ain't gonna hold you, DC Slim. I don't even talk about the coach that much because I already know what my expectations are. My expectations for it.
Hey, coaches coach and players play.
Well, everybody know me. Like, I don't like. This is the thing. I can't keep talking about the same thing over and over again. Like, so like you kind of know what it is. My keys are like. Let me be as blatant for you for my keys. Run the ball. And on third, like I don't want you to forget. I'm not even go turnovers because that's something like players got to make plays too. Another like run the ball and get off the field on 3 and 3rd and long. Period. You can decipher where I'm talking about with coaching from there. That's all it is. You can decipher where I'm talking about coaching from there. You know what I'm saying? I've ripped the coaches far enough. This during our weeks, and we're at 9 weeks. I've ripped them enough. I'm cool. I can't be redundant anymore. So go ahead. Go ahead, Glen. You want to say something?
Yeah, no. I said I need some of them to come out like Jade Cargill did last night and come out again and leave on top, right? I need the Commanders to leave on top tonight. I need them to leave with the W. But it's good. It's gonna be hard fought. I mean, it's nothing gonna be given to them. We would love to see a dominant. I mean, as a fan, as a person or a fan, you would love to see this team have a dominant performance against a very good NFC team, right? You would love to see this team win a game in the NFC because, if we're honest, the Washington Commanders has only one win against NFC teams.
Yeah.
So, and that's the New York Football Giants, and we know how bad the Giants are. So
I mean, how bad they were when we played them. They're a little better than they were. I mean,
yeah, but they're still a bad football team. I watched them play today.
No. I ain't saying they're great, but they're better than when we played them.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
What different quarterback?
Yeah, I know. I know
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So, exactly. But we need this team. This team needs to come out. The energy that's in the atmosphere with 81, the energy that's in the atmosphere with Dan Quinn, the energy that's in the atmosphere with JD5 coming back, the energy that's in so all the energy that's in this place.
The jerseys are really like, come on. I like that.
The jersey. So it's so much excitement and energy. This team does not have the opportunity or should not have the opportunity to come out flat. This team should come out with all cylinders. If I'm Dan Quinn, give me the football. All right. Yeah. I want the ball. I want the ball because I want to punch down the field. I want to show Seattle that you're gonna be able to fight for the whole night. And then I'm gonna let them try to give me their best shot. And then you want a defensive stop. And then you want to be able to get the ball again and go down the field and score. So that's what you're looking for. And I'm not talking about score with threes, but I'm talking about Washington need to score with sevens. Mm-hmm. It need to be sevens tonight. It's not threes.
Yeah, right. It's 1991 tonight. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying, Paul. It's 1991 tonight, right? So 1991, we know this team was cooking the all cylinders, right? This team, if I'm not mistaken, this team was was the highest scored offense in 1991.
Oh yeah,
right?
by far,
right? The best offense. So tonight they need to have a resemblance or a sense of 1991.
Oh my man, DC Slim, I appreciate you, my guy. You are a great supporter. I ain't gonna lie, even though we don't be agreeing, like you are a great supporter. I won't even lie to you. A win tonight will create a false sense of security. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, fellas. Hey, look, man,
you're not wrong, DC Slim. You're not wrong there.
But
one game at a time, my guy. One game at a time, my guy.
It depends on how they win.
Yeah,
right.
I agree with that.
If it's a Hail Mary, the last second field goal, it's cool. But if they go out and play a dominant performance,
that's not
one of the tailpipe moments, right?
Yeah, I agree.
That's one of them intentional moments. If it's left on the foot of Matt Gay, then I can say, you know what? Yeah, that's a tailpipe performance, right? Or if it's like the Philadelphia Eagle game, like a couple years last year when they had 5 turnovers and ended up still winning the football game, that's a false sense of security. Mm-hmm. That's a false sense of security game. So, I agree with you, but it depends on how they win.
Yeah, no, I do. I think it does depend how they win. I do think it depends. But yeah, man. But I appreciate you, DC, for real, man. I do.
Yeah, we appreciate
you. Because you came new to the game, you new to the team, and yeah, man, you've been supporting like crazy. So yeah, I really do appreciate you, my guy. Yeah. So these are you're right. These are what's the name?
These candy bots.
Yeah, candy bots. Candy bots. Hey, give me your fantasy football player for tonight. No, give me your predictions. George, start with you since you already. No, should I save you last, George, since you already told us what you did? No, I'm starting with you first, George. Yeah, your predictions, George.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Oh Lord, I'm gonna go 27-13 Seattle. I just don't think we're gonna move this football the way we should, and I'm not trusting Cliff Kingsbury to do the right things here because we've got a lot of ample evidence that he's not doing that. So 27-13 Seattle, and boy, I tell you, there are going to be some hard truths told in that post game if that's what happens.
Hey, DC Slim, appreciate you again. The comments is if we get to the playoffs, we will beat nobody. I'll be boosted. We get to the playoffs the way we playing.
Same here. Same here. I'll be excited if they get to the playoffs.
Boosted, they make the playoffs the way we playing. Exactly.
They will be red hot going into the playoffs.
Playoffs. What playoffs? I'm just happy to win a game. Playoffs.
Exactly.
We're not even using that people around here.
Man, wasn't even thinking about the playoffs, DC. Man, they get to the playoffs, man. This is a successful turnaround. This is a successful turnaround, bro.
If they get the playoffs, you can go ahead and get Dan Quinn Coach of the Year.
You might.
You might, right?
Go ahead.
I'm going to say it's going to be close. It's going to be 24-27. And people said pins and needles. I think we might be on pins and needles with a Matt Gay field goal tonight. I do say it may be that close just because of the excitement. If this was any other game, I would have to pick Seattle. If this was any other time, I would have to pick Seattle because of everything that's going on tonight. JD5 coming back, 91 night. I'm going to have to go with Washington. And I'm going to say 24-27 Washington.
I'm picking the ops. I'm picking Seattle.
Well, you know, Seattle wins tonight. You got to pick the opposite every week, right?
I know. I
Okay.
mean, I did last week and it failed me, but I don't care. I'm doing it regardless now. I'm not. But I mean, I was kind of feeling good for the first half. I felt like I was doing something, but then it didn't. Then it just like Patrick Mahomes was just being real evil. But I'm going to go Seattle 20 to 17. So yeah, there we go. But let's get into our fantasy. Well, no, actually, let me read some comments. I know Paul had a score, so let me not be. Let me forget that one. Where's my man Paul? I see it. Here you go. Paul, 27-14, Washington. Debo with a touchdown, and Treylon Burks with a touchdown. I like that. DC Slim says Seattle defense is better than Kansas. That's true, man. And we only scored 7. But we know what? I will say DC Slim. We are at home though. That does kind of like, home field does stuff for football teams though.
Yeah.
I got a close game, but I got Seattle 27-23. Thanks, Angel. Like I wish I know who's Angel, because I think that his real name. Because I feel like YouTube is doing something with this little @ thing, and I don't know what the @ folks are.
Yeah, that's true. They've been messing with the.
I don't know what they're doing
with those things.
I don't know. But yeah, that's where I'm at with Taj. Says 30-27 Washington. That's what's up, Taj.
They score some points like that. I'll say nice things about Cliff in the post game. I might take some of the things I've said back.
Yeah, like 30-27. I don't know. Seattle ain't playing, y'all. Oh no, Seattle's for real. I actually think Seattle's a contender for real. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm with you. I know what you're talking about, DC Slim. I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, y'all. Well, we got about to close this show out, but before we close this show out, don't forget to jump on to our post-game show right after this game. That's gonna probably be around 11:15, 11:20. Hopefully there's a Commanders victory in the process. Oh, Timothy got a score. I'm sorry, Timothy. He says Seattle wins 27-24 after Matt Gay misses the game-time field goal. You guys are trash.
Timothy wants me raging after the game, obviously.
Yeah,
Timothy wants me raging
I could tell. Cliff will be embarrassed tonight. Wole appears on ABG not. Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, I know. Why does it happen here? He's right. It doesn't happen on my other.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, he's right. It doesn't happen. You know what? It doesn't happen on there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. StreamYard. I don't know what StreamYard. I don't know. StreamYard be on. I don't know. That's a good point. They'll probably fix it. It's something. Catch you later. Yeah, appreciate you, DC. Still, we'll catch you later. Catch you in the post game, my guy.
Catch you post game, my guy.
All right, but yeah, we'll also be streaming. We'll be streaming on IG Live, YouTube Live. So y'all just make sure y'all pop in on the post game. We'll be, and like I said, right after the game, roughly around 11:15, 11:20. If you're on X, we'll be on the Urban Sports Scene X handle as well. Again, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, other podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and go Errrything. Again, make sure also don't forget again on YouTube. Make sure I hit that red subscribe button. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, the All Burgundy and Go Errrything YouTube channel. Also, right now, hit that like button because it's great for the Commanders algorithm. Everybody hit the like button. I kind of want to see about 20 likes. I'm not gonna hold you. That's what I want to see. I see a bunch of y'all on here from on YouTube. So let's get like 20 likes. Let's make it happen, Captain. All right, man. Anyway, man, y'all know what time it is. Hopefully we get a W and we all feel good. We got to end this losing streak, man. This losing streak is treacherous, man. It's treacherous. We need to end it, man. So anyway, you've been listening to All Burgundy and Go Errrything, powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia, for ages. Yeti deuces. We are out. Peace.